You didn't know you were doing it wrong, and that's okay. I forgive you. What is up, my friends and family? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Gary, the Card Father, and it's a beautiful but yet very windy and rainy day here in Columbus, Ohio. And if you're not familiar with the Ohio area, our slogan goes, wait 5 minutes, the weather will change. It's just because it's awful some days. But hey, welcome back to the channel. Listen, if you're out there and you're wondering, hey, why do you ask us to like, comment, and subscribe right at the beginning of your video? Well, that's because you probably don't watch all the way through. And if I don't say it now, you won't get it later. So please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you like what I'm doing, if you don't, great. Pass on by, watch the video for 15 seconds. Give me that viewership. I really appreciate it. Anyway, moving on. Today, I'm going to talk to you about card sorting. That's right, card sorting. Sorting your cards is one of those challenging things, I can tell you that. When I first started to do cards and started my business, card sorting was something that I evolved into, and I don't anticipate you making the same mistakes I did. So let me help you out today. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks, some do's and don'ts, and some possibilities that you didn't even think of when it comes to sorting your cards. All right, let's jump right into it. So let me give you the correct methods and why. All right. So I am a seller on TCG Player. You probably already know that by now. If not, take a look at the link in the comments down below. My TCG Player account is linked there. You're more than welcome to go check out all the bulk that I have for sale. Shameless plug. And of course, this is one of the best methods that we use. TCG Player has a very strict standard of how they sort cards for pretty much their whole direct program or their store your product functionality. It's basically where you send them your cards, they put them in inventory, you sell your card, they ship it. Okay, that's pretty much what it is. So they have a very specific way of doing it, and I'm a direct seller as well, so I do it the same way because there are some reasons and some methods behind it that make it a lot easier to find your cards, to sort your cards, to know where your cards are at. So I'm going to give you those methods. Your first method is you're going to sort your cards by set. That's right. You're going to take the time. You're going to actually take all that bulk, whether it be modern or it be vintage, and you're going to sort it by set. Okay. Yes, we're talking about setting your cards by the set, sorting those out by the set. So if it's first edition, that's a set. Okay. So maybe first edition base, right? Or first edition fossil or first edition Neo, Destiny, or whatever it may be, first edition Team Rocket, you need to go ahead and sort your cards by the set. Then you're going to sort the cards by condition. Yes, by condition. Here's the reason why. Because we're not ready to sort alphabetically yet, because we got to get those cards down to a specific condition. So that would be near mint, lightly played, moderately played, heavily played, and damaged. And then I like to add another one into the mix, and it's don't ever sell this card. Reason is because it's not worth it. It ain't gonna make any money, and or it's just something you want to keep in your collection. Okay, so that is your next piece. The next part after that is then alphabetically. That's right, you guessed it, friends and family. Good job. It's alphabetically, because once we have that all sorted, then we're going to sort those cards down from set to condition and alphabet. And then now we're going to put those in a box, or we're going to put those in our sorting devices, in our dividers, in our systems to make sure that we have the ability to go in. Okay. Now, this is where it gets tricky. We're going to sort left to right, top to bottom. Okay. And what I mean by that is very simple. We're going to set our cards by set. We're going to sort them, set them up so that way it's left to right, top to bottom, meaning you're going to go the newest set and you're going to move it to the oldest set after the newest set. So let's take Pokemon, for example. Twilight Masquerade's the latest out. Shrouded Fable's coming out in a few weeks. So we would go Shrouded, Twilight, right? And then Temporal Forces, and then Paldean, and then down the line, okay? And then once you've gone so far across that you can't move across anymore, then you go down, and you go to the next rung, and you go down. So top, left to right, top to bottom. So if we go all the way across, let's say we hit down into Crown Zenith, right? We go as far as we can on our shelf with our box. We go to Crown Zenith. Then the next one would be Lost Origin, and we're going to drop it down to the next set, and we're going to go to the next table, the next shelf down across, okay? So we go set, condition, alphabet, and then we go left, right, top, bottom. That is the easiest method. Reason is because this is a TCG Player standard. It's actually a lot safer for your cards, and it's faster to understand. You'll probably get it right away. If you're setting your cards, and by the way, this is reasons why you shouldn't, some of the reasons why you shouldn't be setting it this way. You should not be sorting your cards by color. People.
No. Respectfully, Toby, no.
I get it. It's easier, but that's not the way you should do it. Don't sort by color. Don't sort by type. And for God's sakes, don't sort by rarity. Here's why. And they all lump into the same scenario. If you set and sort by alphabet, okay, by alphabetical, you can find that card faster. You don't know every character. You don't know every card, and that's okay. All 1,000, what, 27, 28, 30, something in there, 1,030 Pokemon there are. If you're doing Pokemon, if you're doing Magic, or if you're doing Arcana, whatever, doesn't matter what you're doing. One Piece, nobody cares what TCG you're doing. This would apply to the whole, all of them at once. If you're sorting by rarity or color or by type, you're not going to find that card. You don't know every Pokemon. Okay, you don't know every character in Magic. You don't know every character in the Disney lineup. Well, maybe some of you do. If you were my wife, you definitely do. But I digress. You want to make sure you're getting the availability to pull that card fast or to look for that card fast. So by sorting by alphabet, getting it all sorted by alphabet, you'll be able to go, oh, I need a Diancie, okay? And I'll go in and I'll look for a Diancie. Or I need a Palmy from Paldea Evolved. You can just go right to that set, go to the piece, pull it out, okay? So if you're sorting by this method, it's all right. It'll take some time to reverse that scenario, but you want to get to a piece where you're actually doing it in what we call the fast sort, and that is the set condition alphabet. Now, I will tell you, it's going to take a while to go through cards. I had to do this myself. I had maybe close to 5,000 cards I was listing in inventory on TCG Player. It'll take you a minute, but I always go by set at a time, and sometimes I'm only doing like half of the bulk that I have and getting it sorted and making sure it's in the right place. And there's some amazing tools out there for you to do that. You could use the BCW sort trays that are available. You can use they make card boxes. BCW also makes like card storage boxes that are actually sorting boxes that are a little bit cheaper. You can use those things. That'll help you to do that. Okay. So there's the beginnings in it. Now let's talk about some of the ways to help you make sure that you're sorting and you're getting your card bulk stored correctly within that. All right. So here's what I would recommend. In order for you to find the cards in the set correctly, you want to use graphics. All right. Names are great. Hopefully everybody can read. I guess sometimes I can't read, and that's probably selective, but you want to make sure that you have graphics. So you want the set, you want its logo, all right? And it's clearly going to say the name it has on it. So you want the graphic to say the logo. You want it to see what it is. You want to be able to put that somewhere on the box. You want to put it on the front of the box, okay? If you're not using the front of the box or whatever you're using, that's okay. Then you should probably use something that makes sense. And here's another shameless plug. So the Card Father, in all of his infinite wisdom and amazingness, went ahead and he made some. These are on my website. If you can see them, there you go. These are on my website. These are dedicated storage dividers, okay? And I'll get into how these work a little bit better. But what they are is they are a graphic representation of the set of the card. And as you'll see here, you'll see that we have here's Paldea Evolved, okay? And behind it would be Scarlet and Violet. There's Scarlet and Violet, okay? Oh, there we go. So Paldea Evolved and Scarlet and Violet. So the idea here is that these would go here, and then behind it, okay, behind each card, you would have another card, another divider that would have the alphabet, right? Yay, alphabet, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, right? Okay, you would want it that way. And then that way you are able to identify quickly what you are trying to find, and you're able to do it by the set and then having the alphabet behind it. Okay, so I recommend trying to pick up some of these. They're super duper amazing. I use them myself for everything I have. Whether I'm at a card show or I'm using it in my own inventory, I have those as well. These are really great for quick sorting too. I put them in a tray, and then I can sort my cards, and I know, hey, this is Scarlet Violet, this is Paldea, or this is Neogenesis, right? And if you're looking for anything below Sword and Shield, we're working on it. I promise it's coming, okay? But these are on my website. Check out the link below to get a pair of these today. They're super cheap. I promise they're not expensive at all. They're really easy. And as new sets come out, we'll make new sets and new things available as either additional upgrades, or you get it for free. We just ship it to you, whatever. Okay, anyway, back to this. So make sure that you're using something visual to see, and then you're using ABC all the way through Z. And usually what I do is I go A, B, C, Z, and then A, B, C through Z, and then I go deck exclusive, right? I have another one that's written as deck exclusive, and then I have another one as promo, okay? And I don't have a separate file for just promos. I put those in the base set, and then I put promos behind it. It's really easy, makes it simple, super fast, super clear, okay? The other thing is using the right type of divider, and that's what I have here. I'll show you these. So there are 3 different types of dividers, okay? There is what's known as the standard divider. This is the divider that you would normally use for like your ABCs. This is a tall graded or non-graded divider. So this is a tall divider. This is what we make our dividers on and through with our vinyls. And the reason is because, as you can tell, these are just slightly taller than a card, okay? And these are taller than those, right? Okay, so I'll give you an example here. We'll pull out this lightning energy. You see lightning energy? Haha, lightning energy. Okay, so if you put the card down, you'll see that it's slightly taller. So you can put A on that and see it pretty easily, or B or whatever. And then those are definitely smaller. So the tall graded card dividers are taller than the standard. And then this is a graded card divider. And you're probably like, well, GB, what are you using that for, man? What card father? What are you using these for? That's a great question. If you have graded cards, these make fantastic dividers by setting them up on set, setting them up by name, setting them up by PSA or CGC or Beckett grade, right? Like 1, 2, 3, all the way 9 to 10. Perfect. You can use these all day long. I use these sometimes when I have just being lazy or whatever. I will have my box set up, and then I'll have the lid of the box on the bottom, and I just set these in there with the name of the set. And that way they're tall, they're easy to see, and I can identify quickly and take them out when I'm ready to move them. And I usually do that for temporary purposes. But this makes sense, right? This is the easiest method. Standard divider for your alphabet, tall divider for your graphic, for your set, and then graded ones for maybe just quick temporary dividers, or maybe you're using them as set conditioning tools for like your sorting bins. Okay, so that's something you want to try. Make sure you have it. The other recommendation that I have for you today is definitely one that's probably going to be. It might change your life. It may not. Whenever we have multiples of one card, okay, the easiest thing to do with multiples of one card is to put them in sleeves. Yes, that's right. Put them all in a sleeve. Take all 30 palmies that you have for Paldea, okay, and shove them suckers in a sleeve. You can get maybe 10 to 12 in a single standard sleeve, okay? And these are not the perfect fit sleeves. Don't use those. Those things are garbage. That's another video for another day. But these will work really well for 10 to 12. And what we do is we stack a bunch of them together, and then we put them all together in alphabetical order. And then that way we don't have to have any problems. Like we know, okay, these are all palmies and these are all Littons, right? Like we know that. And then that way we're sorting and getting through our bulk faster, getting through our cards faster. And this is how we pull cards super quick. And I learned this from a couple of people. This is not a TCG standard, by the way, but this is the thing that I learned from a couple of card shop owners who were showing me around their store and showing me how they actually sort all their bulk and listing it. And this is how they do it. And this is actually a fantastic way. We do this with every card. We don't singles, maybe 5 cards. I think the maximum we do is like 10. We put 10 cards in singly, like without the sleeve, and then anything above 10 or 10 and above, we go right to the sleeve. So if we have 20, we'll put 20 in sleeves and just boom and put them in there. So that's another cool tip and trick for you. Okay, it's important that you do this. It makes sorting and sifting through your sort way faster, and you can find your cards a lot quicker. Okay, now here's a hot topic I'm going to give you, and you're probably going to hate me for it, and that's okay. Don't if you're a buyer and seller, okay, if you're selling your bulk or you're selling your cards, I would highly recommend you don't use an ETB box. Don't do it. Don't do it. Get yourself an actual like BCW monster storage or super monster box, one that holds like 5,000 cards, has 5 rows. Okay, don't do this. Don't have rows of these sitting on your shelf. Okay, if you're a buyer and a seller, if you're selling mostly, if you're selling cards, don't use like the 30 ETBs you have and the case boxes to sort your cards. Now, I will tell you this: if you're a collector, these are fine. Okay, as a collector, these are great. You can still put your card sorters in. You can still put those, and the lids and everything fit. Especially if you get them from me. But and that's cool, right? Those are great. The graded card dividers don't fit in these very well, unless you like kind of like, I don't know, make this wider a little bit. Your top loaders fit in here just fine, so you can put top loaders in this. That's okay. There's definitely safe, but I just don't recommend these if you're a seller, especially if you're using TCG Player, or you're selling just regular singles and you have a lot of them, or you're storing your bulk for sale. Don't use ETBs. Okay, get yourself something that's a lot faster to get into, a lot faster to move around. ETBs they're great. They're great as collector pieces or pieces for people who aren't selling Pokemon cards. Don't use them for your business, okay? Unless you're using them for like quick sorting or something like that. We do that. Sometimes we have too much bulk. We'll just throw them in here, and we know that this is a standard bulk. We'll label it real quick, and then we'll pull it out, and then we'll put our bulk in inventory, okay? All right, so that's another idea for you. Don't use ETBs, okay? All right, here's another really cool thing for you. When we sort our cards, We sort again alphabetically, right? So we go set, okay, condition, alphabet, and when we go by alphabet, we then sort our cards a little differently than TCG Player, and we found out for two reasons. One, a couple of card shops do this, but two, it's a little bit faster. We put all of our hollows in reverse hollows, okay, and that would be all of our like rares, ultra rares, double rares, special illustration rares, anything that we're putting in our bulk or in our sorts for sale. We put all those in the front, okay. So it would go Scarlet and Violet, and then it would be Near Mint, and it would be A, right? And then from there, it would be all of the reverse hollows, including the trainers, and I'll explain that in a second. All the reverse hollows, all the special rares, all of the double rares, ultra rares, that's it. And then normal cards, okay? And then after the normal cards, it goes trainers, okay? Yes, trainers. And that's regular normal trainers. That's not hollows or reverse hollow trainers. Remember, those are in the front. And then we make sure everything's sorted correctly that way. The reason is, and this is a proven method, okay? Test it. Tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, comment down below. Let me know. Hit that algorithm button. But if I'm wrong, tell me. But the way you do that is when you look on an order, or you have somebody who says, hey, I need a specific card, instead of fumbling through 15 different cards in that letter group, you will then be able to find the cards you need because it's a reverse hollow. They're all in the front. So you can pop, 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 reverse hollow, bang, got it right there, moving on, right? Oh, it's a trainer card. Okay, I know all my trainers are in the back of the sort of the alphabet. Pop, pop, pop. There it is, a Larry. All right, pull Larry out because nobody likes him and nobody likes Norman either. Pull those two out. They're in the back. Everything's good to go, okay? So that is a trick and a tip that I've learned, and I hope you take that and use that very well. Sleeving everything in large quantities, so forth and so on. Okay, here's some of the things I think that you shouldn't do. Like, again, this is the things you probably are doing and probably won't want to do any further. Cramming your cards in a box. Stop doing that. Oh my goodness. You'll never get your hands in there. I have fat sausage fingers. I can't dig my hands into the side and pull cards out. It doesn't make sense. Stop cramming them. We always leave about 1 inch on the back of the end of a card. That way the cards can move back and forth like this, and we can sort through them very quickly and not have to worry about cramming them in there. And if you are cramming them, stop doing it. Okay, stop cramming your cards. All right. So, and then the last thing I'll tell you that you're probably doing is don't leave them on the ground. It's a bad idea. Water damage can happen. Dogs, cats, bugs, children. Don't leave your cards on the ground, okay? Whatever you do, don't put them on there. Put them up high, get them up on the shelf, put them into a shelf. They make these plastic shelves are like 30, $40 from Walmart. You can store your cards on and get started. That's how I did. I had a couple of like $30 plastic shelves that I found on Amazon for stupid cheap, and they were rickety as all get out. But I gave them to my daughter. That's funny. Anyway, I'm just kidding. But we used those for a long time. I had a 5 card and a 2 card sitting right next to it, or I say a 5 row and a 2 row sitting right next to it. And I had 7 rows, and I went top bottom, just left to right, top bottom until I had bigger inventory, 20,000 plus cards, and not including the non-sorted stuff. So, all right, hey, listen, that's it for today's video. It's been a long one. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you're thinking. And if you haven't already, again, another shameless plug, go visit my online store. It's awesome. I'm telling you, it's fantastic. Go to my online store. I'm telling you, go. It's a great store. And you get to pick up these. Go pick up these. Go pick yourself up a set. There's a bundle, $20 online, right on my online store. Ship them out the next day that you order, the same day or the next day that you order. These are going to help you with your sorting of all your bulk and all your storage. Okay, hey, listen, again, thanks for coming by. Thanks for visiting. My name's Gary again, and I appreciate you. And always remember, you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength. All right, guys, till the next one.